My name is Mario for Cost Spirit and welcome to the channel. So this video today is going to be about a video that I thought about making before about a month ago, and I should have did it then because it would have been easier with what this video is going to be about, because there's going to be two parts of this video, and these two parts are going to tie in together, and it would have been easier on the tie-in part if I would have made this video before. Then I'll explain that to you in a second why that is. So anyways, so this is going to be about something that happened in my home while I was at work, and it's gonna, and for me, from the things I saw, right, I can't say this for sure, but it almost seems like I was visited maybe by an alien or a ghost or something, right? So I'm going to show you what I'm talking about, right? And I'm going to show you how it's going to tie into this, to the second part, which is about the movie The Disclosure Day, right? Because the two combine together. But if I would have made this before, then no one could really say, well, you're just saying that because of the movie Disclosure Day, and you know, you're making it after you saw the movie. So it's just a little thing, but you can use your instincts on that. So anyway, so I'll bring you to my bedroom to show you what I'm talking about. But before I do that, I'm gonna explain to you something a bit more. So anyways, like, so the way the story goes is that I'm pretty sure it was a Monday night, right? And I woke up in the middle of the night and I could hear like a lot of running on my roof. Now, I live in a mobile home, and the home itself is a flat roof, but I built like a peak on top of it. So I don't use in between there. So the animals like to get in there, and it's not really a big issue to me right now. So I don't really like care that much if they're running around, right? So that night, I'm pretty sure I could hear like a raccoon running around, and I could hear like a lot of squealing, right? But if you look where I live, there's a lot of animals here, so I just chalked it up to just animal squealing, and then and for the roof, it was just like I've heard them running around before, so it wasn't a big deal. So I didn't think much of it. So this went on, like, they woke me up around 2 o'clock or something. So it went on until I went to work. I could hear all that going on, right? But I didn't think much of it. So I go to work that day, right? And then I was thinking about what are the things I want to do around here, like some of the jobs I want to do. And then one job was to finish my bathroom. So when I thought about, so I have to put like a curtain up in my bathroom window. And when I thought about that, I felt a lot of energy in my back, and it wasn't a pleasant energy, right? So there was that, and then I also wanted to fit, like to extend my water lines and put like a faucet for my bathtub, right? Because that's not finished yet. So I was thinking about that, and there was another job in there I wanted to do, right? So this is kind of important, because I'll show you in a second, right? So that's what happened on Tuesday. Now, when I came home, and this is about a month ago, this is before I saw Disclosure Day, by the way. So when I come home Tuesday afternoon, it was around 5 o'clock, I could hear like a bunch of squealing, right? And I'll show you where it came from in a second. But so I could hear that. But then I went in my bedroom, and I saw like what I'm going to show you in a second. I saw these things that happened there, right? So I'm looking at that, right? And then I could hear the squealing, right? And we'll cut it there. I'm gonna bring you into my bedroom to just show you that. Then I'll bring it back to where the squealing was, and we'll talk more about it there. So in a second. Okay, so here we are in my bedroom, right? So when I came in here, this curtain, right? This curtain here, okay, was sitting was actually sitting on the ground over here. Okay, so it was just right on the ground. And now, if you look, so it's right in these brackets, and there's 3 brackets. There's one there, one on each end, right? There's one on each end, and then there's the one here in the middle. So it's pretty much like this is pretty secure. Like, in order for this to fall, right, something would have had to really push it up, right? So the only way I can see this falling was that if the whole thing was just sitting on this edge, and the vibration of the raccoon that was running on this roof, because I can hear it, right? I could hear the raccoon running on this roof, right? The vibration would have knocked that down. So I can accept that, but there's no way that was sitting on that. There's no way. Like I put that in myself, and that's one thing that there's other things I'm going to show you that I could say, okay, maybe this, maybe that, but this one I can't. This one, that curtain was there, right? And the only way for that curtain to come down is if someone brought it down, and that vibration of that raccoon would have not popped that up. It wasn't vibrating that much. Like, I mean, it's only a raccoon, right? So yes, that was there. And then over here, I look over here in the corner. I don't know if you can see her, right? But I have an angel there. I don't know if you guys can see her or not, but I don't know if there's enough light. But there's an angel there, right? So she was laying on her face, right? So she got knocked down, right? So you get the angel there, you got that there, and then I'm looking at this and I can hear the squealing, right? And then later. So this here, I don't think there's enough light, but anyways, there's not enough light for you. Well, that's where I was supposed to put the curtain in this window here, but underneath here, what I wanted to show you guys was it's like a stopper, like it's like a blockage I have to so you can't see the water lines. And that blockage, which is made of stone, got knocked down. I saw that later, and not the same day, but I saw it on another day, which that would be hard to knock down. But again, that I can accept that it may have been like that before, and I didn't notice it. And the angel over and the angel over here, I could accept any other explanation, but I don't believe it. Like, I don't know what, like that curtain coming down would have not knocked that down. So I don't know, but I guess someone could make an argument for that. Could have been something else, but whatever. But I don't buy it. But I would accept an argument for that. But the curtain, I don't accept an argument for that. And combine the curtain with the angel and that thing there in the bathroom, right? It's what got me thinking. So anyways, we'll go outside now. So anyway, so now I can hear the squealing from inside. I knew it was coming from out here, right? So I came over here and there's no lighting, guys. So sorry, it's gonna be hard for you guys to see, right? But I can hear the squealing coming from this wall here, and what it is I have like an interior wall, and then I put this extra wall over here, like over it, right? Maybe you can see that there. So I can hear the squealing coming from inside this wall. So I'm thinking to myself, well, I can't get this whole 4x8 sheet out, right? So I'm like, whatever's in there is gonna have to stay there, right? But then I thought for myself, well, I have this little piece here, right? I don't know if you guys can see this. Probably can't see it because not enough lighting. But anyways, I have a little piece there, and I'm like, well, I could probably pull that out. So I was able to pull that out in like a few minutes, right? So anyway, let's go back to where I was. Yeah, so basically that's it there. So I know it was hard to see all that, but it was just that small panel there. I was able to pull that out in a few minutes, and what I found there was a little baby raccoon. What was in there? So it was making all the squealing, right? So I was able to pull the baby raccoon out, right? And then the mother, I put it out in the yard here, and within minutes it stopped squealing. So I gathered the mother came and grabbed it, right? So then I got to thinking to myself, I'm like, so what happened here? Like how did that curtain come down, right? So I'm thinking, I'm like, I'm trying to think about an obvious reason or whatever, right? But I'm like, besides someone bringing that down themselves, I don't see how that can come down, right? Like I said, the angel, that little stopper thing from being able to see the water lines, that there, I could accept an argument for that, but the curtain I consider the curtain and the angel and that what was more or less at the same time. And because I thought about the curtain for the bathroom that day, and I felt that energy, so then I'm thinking someone was trying to tell me something, right? So, but then I'm looking at myself, well, whatever happened there didn't seem very positive. And I don't think it has nothing to do with the angels, because the angel got knocked down, and then that curtain coming down wasn't a very positive experience, right? And combine that with that negative energy that I felt, right? So I'm like, well, whatever it is, they're not very nice. That's what I said to myself. Whoever did that wasn't very nice. So basically, I left that there. Then I was thinking about the little raccoon. I go, the difference I found, because there was two things going on, right? And the difference I found between the two is that raccoon, I was pretty peaceful inside. And it just seemed like when I was looking at the 4x8 sheet, right, I'm like, well, I ain't gonna get that out. And then like gently and peacefully, I had my thoughts to the little sheet. And I'm like, well, maybe it's in that area there, because it could have been anywhere. And if it was the 4x8, like it's completely sealed. It would have been, I would have to get like the saw and cut this out. And who knows if you could cut if you end up cutting a little animal or whatever. Like it was a mess, right? And by the way, don't ask me how that little animal got in there, because I don't know. Anyways, so yeah, so that's what I noticed, was that for that part there, I was pretty peaceful. I got my drill out, pulled out the screws, and it came out. Everything happened pretty smoothly, right? So I'm like, okay, so the one part I sensed it was negative energy, was a negative experience, and then for the baby raccoon, it felt more positive, right? I felt more like almost like there was a guardian angel guiding me, is what I would like to think, right? So anyways, so I left that there, and like I said before, I was going to make a video about that, right? But I didn't, and I wish I did, but I didn't. So anyways, fast forward now about a month later, like last week or something, I went saw the disclosure day, right? So I don't know if you guys saw the disclosure day or not, right? So but at one part near the end, they're showing how the one little girl got brought to the aliens so she could be downloaded, whatever, right? So what she explained is that when she was walking to where the aliens were, she goes walking through the wall, I'm pretty sure, of her bedroom, it was like walking through a warm curtain of water, right? So a warm curtain of water. So when I saw that, then I started to think, right? I'm like, well, my curtain there, then the curtain in the bathroom, and then you got that curtain there. And I'm like, well, what? Well, then there was a raccoon in the movie. So I was looking. There was a raccoon in the movie, but I'm like, I don't know. Is there a connection there? Then the warm water, and then like for me like bringing in the water lines. I guess if you mix the water together, you can make warm water there. So I don't know. I all I know is the thoughts that came into my mind, right? And what seems to make sense, what doesn't make sense. And at the end of the day, like the fact that if that curtain would have been easy to be brought down, I wouldn't have said much of it. But because, like I showed you, the way it is, you would have to lift this up and bring it down. There's no way a vibration would have brought that down, because it had to come up and over. If it was sitting on the edge, which it wasn't, then yeah, the vibration could have knocked it down, but not the way it was sitting, right? So yeah, so I don't know. I'll leave it up to you guys and see what you think about that. But yeah, so all I can think is it's either an alien or a ghost, And you know what? Wasn't very nice, or maybe I'm missing something in all this as well. But maybe there is a connection between the curtain and the curtain for in the movie The Disclosure. And in that case, then maybe it was an alien, but yet it wasn't very positive what they did. So what does this mean? You know what I mean? All I know is everything is very suspicious, and I don't believe in coincidence, whatever. You know what I mean? I don't believe in I can't say it, but whatever that is. Everything's too suspicious, and I don't know. I can't really say what I truly believe. Like I said, the only thing I believe is that someone, right, brought that curtain down, because it did not come down on a vibration. So anyways, we'll leave it there. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments if you want, and have a pleasant day. We'll see you next video. Goodbye.